Well, what's up, guys, and welcome back to week three of our video for the C&D Gaming. We're about to play the NFC Conference Championship game against Atlanta, and I'm Chase and Dustin, and let's get into it.
Yeah, we're gonna see what we can do, man. The last game before the Super Bowl. See if we can beat this team. They got a pretty high rating over there, man. This might be kind of tough. So let me see set these uniforms up so we don't look the same. Okay, that's good
Yeah,
already.
we
Yeah,
don't need to be red and red.
red
It'll
and
be
red,
hard.
too much red. Yeah, or black and black. That's what I was really afraid of. I was really afraid to be black.
Yeah,
But
that's true, because they got black.
we got the home field advantage too, keeping it that way. Let's do it.
That's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be rough. Look at that,
Yeah,
Kyler Murray. All right.
K1.
Well,
K1's on like a whole nother universe than Desmond Ritter. It's funny that they just
yeah, I
showed him on
know.
it.
Well, what's kind of even crazier is like Ritter's our backup quarterback now, so
Yeah.
it's kind of random. Oh yeah, that's a good block. Wait, oh, that's a
A
flag already.
flag,
Uh
flag. Uh-oh. Gonna be one of those games.
oh. Oh, come on. I hate that flag, bruh. Oh, that's on me too. I wasn't even doing anything. I pretty much let go of the controller after I did that one first block. Oh, look, we're the
uh,
late game again, so it shows at the bottom down there. Already shows our next
oh, yeah.
opponent if we win. So that
Heck
last
yeah.
game, was kind of tough. So this one might be the same way. Playing
Yeah,
against
it
them
was. It was a
Eagles.
low scoring game for us. We're not usually like that.
Oh,
But oh, here we go with this curse
negative
from
play
freaking
already.
freaking Atlanta, man. I don't know what it is.
Sorry, bro. We'll get
Hate
it.
playing this. Hate playing this team, man.
Oh,
Ooh,
I did not
ooh,
expect that guy to jump that.
Gibson.
Gibson. I
I
don't
don't
know
know
who that
who
is.
Gibson is.
All right. Well, has everybody on anybody on the Falcons that's got your eye? Maybe to look for. Maybe we do fantasy, so maybe you can get somebody off of this team or something. I don't really. I don't.
Only
Yeah.
the only
Maybe.
person, only two people I would get this season coming up in fantasy would be Bijan or tight end Pitts. Maybe even Kirk Cousins as a late round quarterback, but
Yeah.
that's the
Well,
only people I would get.
like we said in the last game with possible punishment coming from him, he might be if something comes out before the season, he might be a quarterback that kind of falls off the board a little bit. Maybe you can sneak in and grab
I
him
don't
towards the end because
I don't know if they're gonna punish him though necessarily because I don't think
yeah.
none of that was his fault. I think it's more Atlanta's fault. So
I mean,
I
I've
think
seen
they would
different things,
punish.
and it's hard rumors pretty
I
much, but
Yeah, I feel like they would more punish the team by like taking away draft picks or something instead of necessarily doing anything to Kirk.
yeah. Well, you see them
But I
catchy
don't think
headlines where it's like severe punishment for Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, and I mean not the Vikings and the
Falcons.
Falcons, and it's like I don't
Yeah.
know exactly what's going to happen. It's really hard to say, but tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and go for this play right here. We're gonna be aggressive early.
Okay. I
But
like it.
yeah, yeah, I agree with what you said. Those two guys are pretty much the only two maybe that would be really. Hey, Pitts is kind of hard to say too because he's had such a rough time. Which he
But
hasn't had a
I
great
the reason
quarterback.
I right yeah that's the reason I said Pitts was because he's gonna have Kirk Cousins and Kirk loves his tight end. So
Yeah.
if Kirk's a quarterback, Pitts is gonna have a great. He's probably gonna have his best NFL year this year.
Oh, wait a second. Sorry. You see who
What's
tackled
up?
you?
Uh,
It said J Chin at the top of the board right there.
Jeremy Chin?
That's what it said. If it's the
Nah.
same guy, I don't know, man. Unless same name or something, but that's exactly
They
what just
probably
popped up
did.
right there.
Probably traded his traitor ass to Atlanta. Man.
I knew you wouldn't like that. That's why I said something.
No, I didn't even notice it. I'm
That's
glad
what
you
it said.
paid
It popped up at
attention.
the top, where it shows the tackle name, and it said J Chin.
Yeah. I'm gonna run all over him now. I'm gonna get him.
That's funny.
He's on Washington in real life. They traded him to Washington.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, him and Frankie Louvu.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
on Washington because they got rid of him.
Oh, good God.
Good boy. Good job. Good job. Good job.
This one of them off seasons, they're always kind of crazy. But this is one of them off seasons, man, where it's been really hard to keep up with everything that's happened because like some big name people are changing over, and like some of the lower name people
Yeah.
kind of get lost in the fold because you don't really see their headlines as much as you see the big names and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be
True.
a lot of differences this year. Oh, that was a good
Oh, what
catch
a
by
catch!
McBride.
That was a great catch, man.
Yeah, that
That
was
was pretty.
fantastic.
So I'm curious. So how many of y'all watching this play fantasy football? Leave us a comment, like the video if y'all play fantasy, and let us know who you like using.
I didn't realize that I didn't give you the ball. That was me. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you good?
Yeah.
No, you alright.
Yeah, that's something we're pretty big in fantasy. I mean,
Oh
we're
yeah,
in
no doubt.
we're in June now, barely, and we've already done
Barely in
multiple
June.
mock drafts. I mean, we get into it early, so
we're like super fans of fantasy and football, and just excited, man. Wish it could be year round.
yes, honestly.
But I'll dive into that a little bit, talk about it, cause so I'd say for me, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, probably about 5 years ago, is when I first started playing fantasy. I was at this job, and some of my coworkers played it, and had never played it before, and they was like, "Hey man, we need one more. You wanna play?" And of course I was big into football, and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'll give it a shot, see how it was." I played that year and fell in love with it. So then I've been doing it ever since, and I've been doing commissioner. I've even been doing my own two leagues and 10-man leagues, and running them every year. Even having a little money pot at the end, and they've been going good. But I tell you what, two leagues is kind of hard to run, and so what I've decided, and I've talked to all my people in my leagues, is I'm gonna do one league this year coming up with, but it's gonna have 12 people, and I think that's gonna be about the perfect amount. So I'm excited for this year to see how it goes.
Yeah, I feel like 12 is a pretty standard number, And I mean, we had a lot of people that were in both the leagues. We had two 10-man leagues, and they'd be,
Yeah.
two or three different people that were in both of those leagues. So cutting it down to
Right.
12 kind of makes logical sense, makes it a little easier for people to
Oh
be
yeah.
involved in. But
Definitely a lot easier for me without
the
all this
first year
kind
that
of
I
confusion.
did fantasy with you guys, with us, the guys that work and stuff, that it was a big pot. It was $100 per person for the entry. So
Yeah.
we was $1,000 winners and stuff.
Big money. Yeah,
So,
big money games.
but we cut that back a lot because a lot of people, money's not easy right
Yeah,
now. But a lot of
especially
people,
right now. Yeah, this day and time, money's hard to come by, and everything's so expensive. So we've come down a little bit on that, but we got it figured out though how we're doing in this. I don't know. There's nothing better than fantasy being able during the football season to be able to keep up with it every day during the week and see who's
yeah,
doing what, and making trades. Man, that's so fun. I love it.
gives you a reason to pay attention to teams that ain't just your team. Kind of get
Yeah,
you involved a little bit.
and like with you, Dustin, I'm using you as an example for this, but like you've always been a big NFL football fan, but you not necessarily knowing a lot about some of these guys. But ever
Yeah.
since you started playing fantasy, you've learned a lot about a lot of people just by playing fantasy and interacting with it.
Oh, come
Ooh,
on now!
man,
I knew that was a bad idea when I did it.
that's all
But
right.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely gave me a reason to kind of even kind of keep my eyes on college and the people coming into the league and stuff. I don't watch it a lot, the college and stuff, but
Right.
I definitely feel like it's opened up my world a little bit, having to pay more attention to, like I said, more than just the Cardinals and stuff. So seeing what the other teams and kind of watching these guys and stuff, it's kind of cool to be involved in. I had Robinson
Yeah.
last year in our league, and to be honest, man, he kind of let me down a little bit. But he had a
Oh
really
yeah.
good year, but he also had a lot of like unexpected bad games. But I'm gonna put
I
that on the
think he had.
coach. Yeah, it's this that's the
Yeah, I was about to
coach's
say.
fault.
I don't. I think he was just in a bad spot
Yeah,
last year.
and
Not the
Atlanta as a
coaching.
whole, I mean, they didn't really have a fantastic season themselves. So it's kind of
No,
hard
hell,
to
it was. I know Carolina only won 2 games last year, but Atlanta was embarrassing, man. Even Carolina didn't look that bad. So it's like, man,
it's hard. It's tough picking a guy from a team. It's going that you think it's going to be really good, but then the team holds them back, kind of like that. I mean, it's kind of the same thing with some other players and stuff. I mean,
yeah.
there's a bunch of guys that, I mean, if you could pick one of the best people in the league in that position, and if their team just doesn't do good, I mean, nothing you can do about it.
Right.
And injuries, man, injuries. Oof,
That's rough with them
that's rough with
injuries,
them
man.
injuries.
That's one thing. Probably the last 2 or 3 years, man, in the league, the injuries have skyrocketed from what it seemed like it used to be, and
Yeah,
it's unreal, dude. It's almost like I don't want to say it's ruining the game, but it's almost like hurting it pretty bad because all of your good players, some of your star players, is getting hurt, early in the season, and they're out all year. That's
yeah.
crazy.
it definitely makes fantasy tough, man. You had to try to scramble to
Yeah.
pick somebody up or something. But
Oh yeah,
it's
for
kind of
sure.
crazy, how the league's like really pushing safety, safety, safety. But like you said, I mean, they push safety every year, and it just seems like people are getting more and more hurt and more
I
injuries and
think
more.
I think it's got a lot to do with these stupid turf fields,
Yeah,
man. I really
absolutely,
wish
man.
they'd put all these grass and just split. They really want to play or first safety. Why not put grass in everything? Like everybody knows that grass is 10 times safer than turf
Absolutely.
fields, but yet they don't care because it's about the money, and
Playing on
they're just
concrete.
yeah. Basically, I mean, yeah. If you hear the players talk about it, man, it's awful the stuff they're putting their bodies through.
Oh yeah,
Oh, what a play!
Greg
Oh,
Dortch, man.
Dortch,
Every video
he
we've
is
had so
gone.
far, he's been a freaking our top receiver just
Yeah,
about. I mean, every single game.
he's gonna be a little spark for the
Man,
Cardinals
I
this year
can't
in real
wait to
life.
see him get like some actual full. I
Yeah,
mean, he's been around for a while, and he's. I mean, every season with us, he's played, but he's not played a lot. It's like the coaches didn't really have a lot of faith in him, but he's proved himself every year. Man, he just keeps on getting better and
yeah,
better, and I think he's going to surprise some people this year too. I mean, I would almost say picking him up in fantasy might be a good idea, but Arizona
yeah,
does also have a lot of receivers with a lot of options, so I don't really know who they're going to focus on throwing the ball to, but
yeah.
Dortch could be
Well,
surprisingly good.
they don't have a whole lot because I mean they did get rid of a lot,
We
and
did, but I mean, I think the
they've
people that we
drafted a
have
few, but
left,
still,
I think the people that we have left, obviously Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be fantastic, hopefully, but Michael
yeah,
Wilson's a really good receiver too. I mean, he was kind of quiet last year, but the games that he did good, and he did really good, and I mean, and
right,
I think he'll be pretty solid,
yeah,
and I mean, like I say, there's a couple of options to spread the ball out with McBride still. Obviously, he's going to do good, so. Dortch,
yeah.
I think he'll get a lot of opportunities too, but I mean, it's just like I said, we're one of those teams that I'm not entirely sure outside of Harrison Jr. who would be our next receiver in line. They haven't really figured that out yet, I don't think. So Dortch might end
No,
up being number two, but I could also see Michael Wilson being number two on our team. So
I think it'll be Harrison, one obviously, and then I like that Michael Wilson too, and I think
yeah,
they'll have Dortch in the slot. I think that's gonna
most
be a
likely
really good
that's kind of
trio.
what it's seeming going to be like. Yeah.
And then you got
So
McBride in the tight end. That's gonna be a hell of an offense.
oh,
Ooh,
come
that
on,
one
it was bouncing all over the place.
looked like it hit the guy in the helmet
It
almost.
did, I think. Yeah, I had my hands on it, but so the obvious things like quarterback, running back, wide receiver. But like, how about a position that maybe a lot of people don't think about? And like I'm gonna say, like, what kicker in fantasy are you really trying to get? If there's one, I mean, obviously, I mean, there's a couple of kickers that are considered the best, but you've said it before
Right.
too. You're a big you take kickers. Like I wouldn't say early, but you do usually try
I
to grab
take
your
them.
kicker.
I do. Yeah, that's something I've always tried to do in the fantasy draft is take a kicker and a defense fairly. Not necessarily defense as much, but I take them pretty early too. But definitely a kicker, probably maybe the sixth round, maybe pretty early. And kickers are really key in part of your lineup, and a lot of people don't realize that because you got a good kicker. Sometimes they can get you 20, 25 points. If they have a
Or
really good
worst
game.
thing is when you have a bad kicker and they get you negative points. That really
Yeah,
hurts because I mean
it's just
some
hurting your
leagues play
team.
that way where the missed field goals distance can be
But
more points, and stuff. So
I would say the kicker that I'm most excited for this year in fantasy that I would try to get is probably that Brandon Aubrey from the Cowboys. I think he had a really good year last year, and I think he's just gonna keep going and have an awesome year this year. He's really accurate, and he's a great kicker. So
well, I try my best not to pick a bunch of players from the Cardinals in fantasy because obviously I don't want to do that. But I
yeah,
don't. I
you
mean
don't
there's
want you don't want
there's
to be
going to
like
be. Oh yeah, the guy at work. Yeah, there's a
yeah,
fella that
you
we
don't
got we
be the
work with.
guy at
Yeah.
work. He's a big Cowboys fan, and
Hopefully he don't watch this video, but
every year, man, he has nothing but Cowboy. He makes his whole team almost Cowboys, and
oh.
and obviously he never wins, but we don't learn. So
But I mean, hey, you draft a Cowboys player, and you can trade with him and get some good stuff because he's gonna want that
yeah,
player.
right. Oh yeah,
Yeah. But no, yeah, what I was saying, there's gonna be three Cardinals players on my team if I can help it, and Matt Prater's one of them because I mean, dudes like, people talk about Justin Tucker, being so good, which he is. I'm not saying he's not or nothing,
Yeah,
but I mean, Prater's right there with him, man. I mean, he had the NFL record for distance for a little while there until Tucker did beat like everybody as recently. But
right.
Prater, I mean, he's just about like almost a guaranteed 65 yards, like no problem. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Prater's one of
somebody
them
like
old,
that,
like old veterans that you can just rely on, and he's got you.
absolutely.
He's one of them safe bets, and he is getting kind of up there in age. So I would say probably another year or
Oh,
two, that guy's probably gonna retire. But
yeah, that's the
right
thing
now,
too. Is I feel
he's
like
still good.
this might be his last year. It's very possible. So I mean, you go out
Yeah.
with a bang, he might really try his best to
He
break a record, do some crazy things.
he kind of reminds me a lot of Adam Vinatieri. That old head kicker who's really reliable. Which
Yeah,
he was famous with the Patriots and the Colts, I think, when he was in
yeah,
the
Colts I
league,
think
and
for a while. Yeah,
he was a great kicker, and that veteran presence. He was so reliable. So I think Prater's got a lot of similarities to him.
son of a
Oh
bro.
man,
I gotta stop throwing picks, dude.
is that same guy? No, that's a different one.
No.
I don't know.
Hey, Kendricks is on their team too from the Vikings. I didn't know that.
Oh, he's on the Cowboys, I think, actually. Now,
Yeah, he's on somebody else in real
realize.
life. Yeah. Well, that was a bummer. That was a momentum killer. Well, I get a little something back. Hey, that's a corner.
Williams, good sack, buddy.
Not expected to see a corner back there. They don't happen very often. I don't really call a lot of
No.
corner blitzes unless I'm blitzing my own guy. Oh Lord.
Oh
Good
man.
job,
Oh,
Gardeck. Hey, that's
he
the first
finally
time
did something.
all season that he stopped that play from happening.
Yeah, normally he gets outran by, but luckily Ritter can't pass and throw it too
You know,
fast.
I think we talk about it every single game how Gardeck fails right there, and that's my fault because he shouldn't be over there, but I don't ever fix it. I had a whole season
Right.
I could have took him out of that position, and I just leave him over there.
He's just too good against the run and all to take
Yeah,
him out
I don't want to take him out
still.
of the game, but I mean, I definitely should have took him out of that spot, not so he wouldn't be lined up in coverage so much, because that's not his specialty.
Right.
So I'm assuming that maybe he's lined up in the slot corner, maybe behind me or something. I don't know.
I think that flag's on me. That stupid flag.
Illegal block in the back. Telling you, man, if we could turn that off, we would turn it off.
Yeah.
Well, hey, this is exciting because, already in the playoffs, we've played two teams that we haven't played all season. The Eagles and the Falcons, and it looks like it's going to be another one
Yeah.
with the Texans because we haven't played them this season either. So that's kind of exciting to get to
No,
play
no,
some new people.
the Texans is in the AFC,
Well, I'm
believe.
saying no, but we're going to play them in the Super Bowl. Is what I'm saying. Like we haven't played them this
Oh
season.
yeah. No, we haven't seen them anyway.
Yeah,
That's
we
kind
haven't
of
we haven't
weird.
played the Falcons. We haven't played the Eagles, which we just did, and we played the Falcons now, and we haven't played the Texans. So they'll be next if we win this game.
Yeah.
Because we'd already played the Chargers, so if they'd have won, it wouldn't have really been as just been a rematch. But
Yeah, that's true.
so this has been a season where I feel like we've actually played a lot of teams, man. I mean,
Yeah, we played a variety. That's for
yeah,
sure.
I mean, our schedule was kind of weird because it's a fast forward year, and then obviously playing our divisional rivals is a give me. That happens every time, but there's been a lot of teams. We haven't played in the regular season. We ended up playing them in the playoffs.
Right.
It always feels like we play like a team in the regular season, and then we have to end up playing them again in the playoffs. But this time's been different, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's nice not having to go against the Chiefs.
Oh,
Almost, almost.
I decided I need to stop throwing picks, and here I am slinging it. Every time I call a running play, they freaking look like they're about to blitz, so I want to hold off on them. But this one looks good.
Oh yeah, got me a good lane.
All right, so we covered kicker. That's kind of something that people don't talk about. Like I said, I brought up a
When
position
do
that's kind of
when do
rare.
you Let me ask you this real quick before we get off the kicker subject. When do you normally pick a kicker? I know
Well, the
I
thing
because I pick
is,
mine kind of.
with Prater, I mean, these couple of mock drafts that we've done, I haven't really had to pick him until, I mean, late. Like, I mean, it depends on kind of where I've lined
Right.
up in the draft. But I mean, yeah, he's not somebody that's
Yeah.
going like real early because for for some reason he's actually ranked really low, but I think that's maybe because last year he didn't have a lot of chances, and they maybe used those rankings from last year, you know. So
Right.
I mean, honestly, dude, I could probably wait till just about near to the end, maybe last 3 rounds before I had to worry about picking him. So
Well,
that's the good thing for that.
that's something that will help you out in the long run. So that might
Yeah.
not be a bad thing. So, but anyway, what was you about to say?
I was going to ask. Actually, I was going to ask you. Well, you know, what position would you think that would be a weird one to talk about? Because, oh my
Hmm.
gosh,
The flat that's why it passes so bad.
yeah, that guy
So,
was in my face, man.
dang, almost.
All right, well, you know what time it is. Time for old reliable. Because I'm not having much luck elsewhere. So I might run it with Murray if it looks clear over there on that side.
Oh yeah, it does. Oh,
Oh, good catch,
good
McBride.
grab, right over the shoulder.
I'm gonna call a timeout because we are running low on time here
30 second.
for the half.
Yeah, good thing you noticed that. 'Cause I
Yeah, I about didn't.
didn't.
I'm gonna do that again, but I'm gonna run it with Murray this time to their left. Good blocking.
Man, I still got you
I
to
didn't go out of
get
bounds
out
either,
of the way.
apparently.
Oh crap.
Alrighty, let's see what we got here. What we got here. So yeah, I mean, as you know, what's a position that you think's kind of something that people don't focus on as much as maybe they should? You know?
In fantasy,
Yeah.
uh, let's see, touchdown.
Good
Let me get that
touchdown. Good
touchdown
touchdown.
real quick. Thank you. I don't know. Maybe maybe the flex is something kind of sneaky that a lot of people have. I know I struggle with it sometimes, just figuring out the best player to put in that position because
Yeah.
the flex is one of those positions where you can bring people in from the bench or switch people around and to me it's always the hardest one to decide because it's like you really got to look at what player is playing with what team and how the team's doing. So I struggle with the flex a lot, to be
I
honest.
agree with you, man. It's got to be one of the most frustrating spots because, like you said, I mean,
Yeah,
you pick a person you think this receiver is going to do really good that week. You put him in there, he gets 10 points, and then the running back you left on the bench gets 30, or something crazy.
right.
Like it just seems
It's
to always be that
it's
way.
one of those positions where you really got to keep up with a lot more stuff just to for that position to work out, and you really got to focus on it. But it's just one of those things that comes with the territory.
Something I kind of like to do with the flex, but the bad thing is it don't work all the time in every league. But in the 12 man, it might be a pretty good option is to maybe grab a good solid tight end and then maybe put your backup tight end in that flex spot because we didn't
Yeah,
mention it, but that 20-man league that we did last year that was freaking insane. It worked out really, really good in that league, but that's
yeah.
special circumstances because I don't think
That's
there's
just
very many people that are doing 20-man leagues.
that's
But
the that's the exact reason why you pretty much won that last
it
year is
is,
because you
yeah.
had two solid tight ends and you
They
was
carried
able to
my
use one
team.
in the flex. Yeah,
That really sucked last year because there was, I think, at the halfway mark of the season in that 20-man league, and like if someone gets injured or they're out, like you're screwed.
yeah.
There's no
You
one to
can't
pick up, like
grab nobody.
nobody.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So,
nobody.
but that's what really messed me
That
up is the fact that my quarterback went down. I think I had James. I don't even remember who my quarterback was to be honest at first, but he went down. I lost James Conner at the same time, and I lost Mike Williams because he got injured. I mean, I was losing people left and right, dude. And I knew I was
did you
done.
have?
And
You didn't have Kirk, did you? Did you have Kirk? Because he
maybe
got hurt pretty early in the season.
no, I didn't have him on that league. I can't remember.
In
I
that
don't
league,
know who I had, but
I'm trying to think. I
what
can't
ended up
remember.
saving me was Kyler Murray coming back from injury, and then
Right.
one trade I did that kind of helped me out. And like you said, having David Njoku start doing really good at the end of the year, and Trey McBride being in
Yeah.
my flex and stuff. And dude, that really saved me honestly, because if it wouldn't have been for that, Kyler Murray coming back and actually
Yeah. That
playing good, dude,
that
there's no way.
that 20-man league is crazy, and I would not recommend it to anybody who's watching this. But
I
it's
recommend it
kind of
because you know what, it was fun. If you got something you want to do for just to goof around, I mean,
yeah.
we put a little bit of money on it. It wasn't much. It was like $10 a person or whatever. But it's fun. It's entertaining. It's something to do for fun. But I
It's
wouldn't put a lot of
definitely
money on it
different.
because I mean,
But yeah,
there was teams in our league that wouldn't even have a quarterback in because there wasn't nobody available. Like it was like that.
right.
Like they would have to just not use a quarterback that week because there was literally nothing available. Like
Yeah. It was a tough league, man. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie. No, I didn't finish very good in that one, honestly. But you did really good. I mean, because
I
you
think the
obviously you
stars
won
just
it. So
aligned for me, dude.
yeah.
But I mean, like I said, there was a point during the halfway mark of that season that there was nothing. I mean, I changed my name on
Yeah.
there. Like, I can't remember. I changed to Graveyard or something because I literally had
Graveyard.
like 5 or 6 people that were like injured and out at the same time, and I just got lucky with the people coming back
Trey.
and
Yeah.
trading, yeah, and then having Kyler Murray on the bench the whole year because I knew he'd end up be coming back. Uh oh. So
Man,
okay, yeah, I was about to say I thought he was
Robson,
gonna
man,
take
he's
off
too
for a minute.
good. I know it. I really thought that was gonna be a play action, and I was gonna kill Ritter, but he handed it off before I could do anything. So.
Yeah, I was actually blitzing on that play myself, and I came from the left side, but everything went to the right. So
Well, he held it that time though.
all right.
Yeah,
Well, we got a decent little lead here. Let's see if we can keep it that way, because if we do, that means we're Super Bowl bound.
I know it. First ever one against the Texans. That's pretty cool.
Come on, come on, come on. Yes, sir.
You got it.
I thought he was
Good
going to get away
sack.
from me, man.
Good sack, man.
I
That's
came
cool.
around the edge, and he took off right around the time I turned the edge, and I was like, man, he's going to run out of it. But I ain't really sure
What?
what play like I called there. That was weird, but
I
go
know.
ahead.
I know. Last year I did a little bit. Just a screen, by the way. But I did a little bit different draft strategy, and I did a little bit running back heavy last year. And I kind of really like that theme that I did, and I'm gonna try it again this year and see how it goes. But I think having more solid, good running backs is more important than having wide receivers because I feel like there's a lot of plethora of really good wide receivers, but the running backs it's not so much.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good strategy last year. I think it's definitely going to be a good strategy this year because it feels like, I don't know, it feels like every year
Yeah,
there's less and less like reliable running backs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
there's plenty of options, but like there's not plenty of reliable options, and it just feels like
Oh, what a play,
I know that
Josh.
works every time, but it definitely feels like you're gonna have to get a bunch of running backs, or like you're not gonna be able to win. Because I mean, a
Yeah,
couple of the mock drafts that we've done has been that way. Like, there's not been a God, I
right.
thought I was doing another interception. Yeah, like we've done a couple, and like the most of the first ones that we did, I was doing the same thing, running back heavy, and then the last one, the most recent one we did, I kind of slipped up and I did it a little different, just testing it out, and yeah, I mean, dude, my running back situation was not very great.
Kind of fell off. Yeah,
I mean, I had two solid running backs, but then like you get towards the backups and your bench and stuff, and if you don't pick some good solid guys right there, there's not many options left towards the end. I mean, you're looking at like backups or maybe a team that does a committee, and you
right.
never know how
Yeah.
that's going to go. So, but
That's one thing a lot more teams seem to be doing
yeah,
is using more of like a power 1-2 running back than just one workhorse, and it's kind of makes fantasy a little bit harder to be honest, but it's working in the NFL, so that's what they're doing.
yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of how it has to be. How much abuse and stuff the running backs take, man. Like,
Oh yeah,
I think they're trying to make it where they can last a little longer. Because I mean, if you're not getting, if you're sharing the workload, you ain't taking as much hits and stuff. Be a little better on your body, and you know.
right. Yeah, that's
But
true. Yeah, I had some three solid stacked linebacker, not linebacker, but running backs last year, and it was fun. I had a fun season. I had people wanting to trade me all year and stuff.
yeah.
But I was like, nope, you ain't get my running backs. I was lucky that none of them got hurt, so it was a good year for me.
I think that's what hurt me in those other leagues last year is not having as strong of a running back core as you did. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I know I won that 20-man league, but dude, I was like last place in like our other league, I think, and maybe like third to last in one of the other ones. And it was
Yeah.
it was tough. So I
Yeah.
well,
You got.
I mean, another thing that kind of hurt me last year was also injuries. Once again, injuries. I had Joe Burrow, like in two leagues, and he almost immediately was out for the season, just about like at the beginning. I mean, he
Yeah.
played through an injury a little bit, and then that was it. I mean, he didn't do much of nothing, like really, towards the whole first half of the year, and that really hurt me. So
Yeah. It did.
hopefully, hopefully this year I'll have better luck at picking a quarterback. I mean, I think I'm gonna roll with
I
Kyler
feel like
Murray just about.
there's a lot more of them. I feel like this, would work pretty good. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing, I guess. But let us know down in the comments how many of y'all would like me and Dustin when we have our league draft to like video it and video our draft and like show y'all the results and what team we end up with this year. I think that'd be a cool idea. But
Yeah,
let
we
us
could do
know
that.
if
Yeah,
any
I
of y'all
mean,
would be interested in it.
We could definitely set that up. Then they can see
Yeah,
everything. We talk trash about our other friends and what teams they make.
yeah, yeah. We usually always do the draft on Labor Day weekend, so everybody should be off. Got a 3 day weekend from work, so it's nice, good time to do it right before the first week of the season.
Oh yeah,
Good job.
that was a slow juke, but it worked.
It worked. It did. But yeah, that'd be a cool idea. Well, if y'all want us to do that, we might try that out and see how it does on the channel.
All day, McBride, all day.
Nothing but space.
That's
Let's
the
go.
man right there. I'm excited for him, man. I think
McBride.
he's got a good future ahead of him.
Oh yeah. It kind of reminds me of a younger Mark Andrews, cause
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
he's got that vibe.
I,
Yeah,
I'm sweet on Mark Andrews, man. I love him, and I feel like he's like a younger Mark Andrews because he's real athletic and big, kind of like Mark is.
yeah,
So,
yeah. That's true. That's a good comparison. I never really thought of it like that, but
yeah,
that's fair. That's fair to say.
appreciate that.
Well, man, we're doing
Man,
pretty good in this game. I ain't gonna lie, but
I know. I feel like I hadn't been able to do anything cool yet. I don't even think I
yeah,
got a sack though,
defensive
which is
wise, we
surprising.
haven't been doing much ourselves, but our team's been doing good for us. So
Surprising on this team. Normally I have a bunch of sacks on Atlanta, but I don't know what it is. I just ain't been able to do anything yet.
I've been trying to call that special play for you, but it ain't been working much either. So
They must have upgraded their offense in the draft, I see, because their offensive line. Cause,
oh
it's
man,
a
that
little
was my
bit
chance right
tougher.
there. Scooped
A
him
little
up
bit
though.
tougher. Yeah, you did. That's good.
Let me try this lurk play. You do pretty good on it sometimes too. It's kind of got that same lineup that you like, where they're split out like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, he kept it. Good job.
I killed him.
I don't know if you heard it, but I hit the running back. And you hit the receiver.
I was kind of afraid I wasn't gonna get him there because the guy blocked me pretty good, but I broke out of it. So sometimes in blocks ain't
That's
easy to
good.
break out of. They hold on to you
No,
forever.
they ain't.
Oh,
Yeah.
quarter in, and I didn't even notice.
All
Well,
right.
we enter in the fourth quarter,
Fourth
buddy.
quarter. Let's go. Everybody hold up to 4 for the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Let's go. All right.
Man, one of these days I'd really like to go to Arizona and watch them live at their home.
Yeah, man.
Something I ain't been able to do.
I really hope that
Dang
happens
it.
for you, man. You get to do that. That'd be an awesome experience.
Yeah, it's something I could do. I mean, we haven't really thought about it much, but I mean, it probably wouldn't be a terribly hard thing to do. It's just,
Uh-uh.
I'll be honest with you, man, it sounds miserable going over there in the middle of the summer anyway. So I'd rather
Yeah.
wait till real late in the season maybe and try to do something.
Yeah. They say it's real. Got a real dry heat up there. That's what big's about Arizona. But the town itself, everybody loves the city of Arizona.
Yeah,
And they
I've heard
say it's so
Phoenix.
fun to
Phoenix
be
is really
there.
pretty. Yeah.
Really good place to live. So I mean, I think it'd be a pretty place to visit, man. And even better if you get to watch them play during the game when you go. That'd be cool.
Uh oh.
Oh, he dropped it.
Uh oh. Buda Baker. That's a man right there too, man.
That's one thing I feel a little bad about for you because my Carolina team's like 45 minutes away and
Yeah.
we could just run to Charlotte whenever and watch a game and you like 50,000 miles away from Arizona, so it's like
Oh, come on, man. I try to trick him
jump
there.
up there.
I was trying to trick him and play off of him real hard, and then I didn't get lined
Yeah,
back up in the right spot to pick it off. Bell
it's
had
all
him
right.
though. I'll get
We
him
still
next
got
time.
plenty of time.
I'll get him next time.
Yeah.
I'll do it again right here. I'm gonna trick him again. Well, I can't do it on this play, but next time I have somebody running out like that right there on a little out route or whatever you want to call it.
Man, who's that? That guy's quick. Oh no, no! Why is Curtis Samuel on Atlanta?
Is that who that is? Curtis Samuel.
That's
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel, man. Dude, all that breaks my heart, man. I
Yeah.
love Curtis Samuel.
Look, man. You've had two people in this game, and it's really disappointing you being on this
Oh
team.
my, I know, bro. That's why I'm not gonna feel bad when we beat them and go to the Super Bowl. But still, it's like, come
Hey, you wouldn't have
on.
felt bad either way. You know you would. It don't matter who's on here. You wasn't gonna feel bad.
Man, wish anybody would have scored right there, but him.
Dang. Like punched you.
He knocked me pretty hard, didn't he?
Man, he's been incredible, that running back, dude.
I cannot believe that he was like. Luckily, we had a top pick, and he was like the best running back available, man. And he's really done it. He's been a unbelievable running back.
Yeah, he's been insane, dude. Broken the all-time rushing record like for the season. Broken the single game rushing record.
All-time
Uh,
touchdown
all-time
for running back.
touchdowns. Yeah, I mean all-time touchdowns for a game too. Yeah, matter of fact,
Yeah,
we did that one game. We had like 7 touchdowns with him or whatever. So
yeah, he's been unreal, man. He's not that great of a catcher, but I mean he can catch. But his main thing is elusive, dude. He's fast, elusive quarterback, and he's hard to bring down.
I'll say this team right here that we've used this time, man, we've broken a lot of records this season, probably more than ever. I mean, we usually can break a few, like maybe with our defensive players because they're freaking overpowered. I'm being honest, but
Yeah,
we we don't hardly break offensive records a ton, but I think we're gonna break a
no.
ton.
Oh
Oh,
man,
come on now! So
man, he
we've
got
we've
me quick.
definitely broken a lot this season with with our defensive players, with the running back. I mean, we've done a lot. So
Yeah,
have to look at them. Maybe after this game, we'll check them out or something. Maybe and
I'm kind of curious, man. I'm trying to. I hadn't decided yet what since we're gonna switch at the end of this year and let me be the quarterback for the new season. I'm trying to decide what team it is. Obviously I want to do Carolina because that's my team, but I feel like we should do somebody different for y'all. But trying to decide who it is.
yeah, I mean, if anybody sees this video before season starts, drop a comment. And whatever team you want us to try, we'll try 'em. I mean, well, I don't want to say whatever team. There's a couple of teams that's off limits, but you
You want
know,
to tell them so they'll know?
yeah, let's name at least. Okay, Chase, I know you probably got 2 teams at least that you don't want to play as, and I definitely got probably 2, maybe 3 teams that I don't
I
want to play as.
say
So
my two teams I don't want to play as are probably the Saints and the Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah. So that's one of mine too. So no Cowboys, no Saints, and no Rams, please, and we're good.
Hold on, you forgetting another one. We don't want to be the Chiefs either.
I mean, I would rather play as the Chiefs than any of those other teams that we just said. But if we let's say we do end up playing as the Chiefs, we're still gonna delete Patrick Mahomes. He ain't playing. I don't care. We'll still delete him. We'll pick
Yeah.
up another quarterback and we'll play with him, or we'll trade for somebody or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
And we're gonna delete Kelsey off of it too.
Get rid of Kelsey.
Yeah, he's
maybe we
overrated.
can bring McBride or something with us. That'd be kind of cool. Oh man, he took a nap for a second, didn't he?
I was hoping he'd bring
Take
the
a
stretcher
little
out, take
sleep.
him on the field. Yeah.
uh, I can't say that. Bring a stretcher out. That's messed up. Oh man.
Yeah, Ritter, man, I don't know. It was just a weird pick for Atlanta. And,
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of feel bad for him because
I
I
do
mean he
too. Honestly, yeah.
never really had that great of a shot. I mean, but I don't know.
He's kind of got that Justin Fields treatment, kind of where like you kind of just feel bad for him now because like the team's kind of like
Yeah,
trashed him, kind of, and like
yeah.
just sending him away for crumbs and like I mean it's drafting their replacement like so I mean it's just kind of sad like feel bad for the guys.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Come on, Ritter, throw it to me. Nope, he's not throwing it to me. Hey, about throw it to you. Almost
Oh
directly
no.
to you. Well, they're going for it. I guess that's the only option they have left.
Yeah. Yeah, it's they gonna have to do something. They want to win this game.
So we've talked about fantasy a lot in this video, but we've only really mentioned a couple positions. Is there anything else interesting that you might say about it? I mean, some certain person that you really want to get from any position or anything. I mean, something just to kind of somebody special stand
Um,
out to you or anything. Or how about this? This is a good question. How about is there one particular rookie from this season's class that you really want to get your hands on if he's available?
yes, Xavier Leggett, Carolina's new wide receiver one.
All right. Might
What
be
about
kind
you?
of a unique pick. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people would say that or
Yeah.
not. So that's kind of cool.
No,
Well, I mean,
everybody.
I mean, for me, it's kind of, I mean, other than like Marvin Harrison Jr. Obviously, like I said, I'm gonna try my best not to
Yeah.
get a bunch of Cardinals players. Now, if he's available and I can get him, I mean, I'm not gonna say no, but
Right.
I would say that and I know you don't want to hear this, but I would say that I mean, I've been lucky to get Kyler
You didn't
Murray
get
as my
the Caleb
quarterback,
Williams
and
and
I've also been able to get Caleb Williams as my
oh,
backup quarterback. I mean, dude, like
come on.
it's a smart situation. Like if he's available as a backup, why not? Why would you not take him as a backup? Best case scenario, he does really good. I trade him away for a ton of a ton of players, or he does bad and he stays on my bench. It's no big deal. Like, but I mean, I think it's a smart strategy. If he's there, I'm gonna grab him. I mean, like I said, we've done multiple mock drafts now, and I think I've gotten him as my backup just about every single time. So I mean,
Yeah.
if it falls that way in our real draft, I know mock drafts are kind of different because a lot of times people ain't really paying as much attention, or sometimes it's auto picks and stuff. But if it falls the same way in our actual draft, then I'm definitely gonna try to grab him.
I I don't know. I'm mind blown right now. I can't believe you just said that to
I
me.
know you didn't want to hear it, but oh man,
Oh
that was
man.
too far out of reach for both of us.
Yeah,
I'm
well.
glad it was too far out of reach for him.
But
I
yeah, I'm
accidentally
gonna
clicked.
try. Oh, you can. I'm gonna try to not get that many Panthers players. I'm gonna try to draft Bryce as my backup quarterback because I really like Bryce, and he's not one of them quarterbacks that flies off the board anyway. So
Yeah.
majority of the time, I can get him as my bench player, and then if it ends up going better than last year, obviously I can put him in the starter. So I would like to have like Xavier Leggett to start with him, pair with him, or maybe Deontay Johnson. One of them two, I think.
See, that's a smart situation. That's a smart strategy. You do grab that new receiver for you guys, and then maybe,
Yeah,
maybe Bryce does really good, and you got them two paired up that you can play, and put Bryce in
right.
and have those two paired up. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I think, I
I
mean,
always
it's a.
like to
Go ahead, no.
go ahead. I was gonna say I always like to try to pair my quarterback up
Yeah,
with at least one wide receiver. I think that really helps.
that's pretty much what I was going to say. Is I'm sure it's a
Yeah,
pretty common strategy, for people to do that, but I
yeah,
think that what
I,
I prefer to do personally, I like to have a good tight end paired up with the quarterback. Now I think that's something that's I mean, it's kind of the same thing, as a receiver basically, but
yeah,
that's a big reason that I'm trying to push for getting McBride and Murray this year because I really like to have both of them to pair them up.
right.
You have a good. I mean,
That's a good
Lamar and
idea.
Andrews. That's a perfect example.
Andrews.
You pair them to a
Yeah,
Kelsey and
just like
Mahomes. I
Kelsey
mean,
Mahomes.
yeah,
Yeah,
you get those two
it's
paired up on a good tight end and a
normally
good
though
quarterback.
normally with players like that though with that's really good like that, it's hard to get both of them
It
together on the
is,
same
yeah.
team. But if you can get two, like a really good tight end, a good quarterback, a really good wide receiver, and a quarterback, I'd say go for it because that's really gonna help you out during your season. But
Njoku's another tight end that I really like from the Browns.
yeah,
And he's kind of had up and down seasons and stuff. But towards the end, like, last year, honestly, he started looking really good. So I'm really kind of trying to figure out maybe this year if I want to try scooping him up again, too, if he's possible, because
right,
he's interesting. But, the problem with him is that I don't know that I'd want to have his quarterback with him. I don't know if I want to have Watson
right,
on my
yeah.
team with him.
That's the only thing is like you don't know how his quarterback's gonna be.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's hard to say, but I can still see him doing fairly pretty good with production. So I mean,
Well, I'm
yeah.
going to say that we got this game in the bag, so we're just going to give him the ball back just so we can play a little defense, since that's what we like to do.
All right, let's do it. Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
we got 31 to 14.
I'm about to say if they can score, what's that, 16 points in 39 seconds, then we got a problem. That means we're not very good, which is, that's a true statement. But,
Like, yeah, I mean, we're not the best, but we're.
well, I mean, that would mean our whole team's bad in that situation. Okay,
Oh
well,
my
maybe
God,
it's possible.
Curtis Samuel.
Yeah,
Come on,
I
dude.
think he might be pretty good on the
Why you
fields,
gotta
man.
do me like that?
He might be somebody to look
Yeah,
for in fantasy too. I think I've grabbed him a couple
yeah.
times in those
A lot
mocks.
of people, he's like one of them, like people that just goes under the rug. Everybody brushes off. But
Yeah.
like I first learned about him when he was on Carolina. He was on Carolina for a few years, and man, he was like a little spark, dude. Every time he got the ball, like he was doing something magical, and I fell in love with him, and then obviously we got rid of him in
Yes, sir.
Carolina.
Sorry.
So good
Oh, I'm
pick, man.
taking this one back. This is me. Pick six. Come on, Ritter. You better slow down. Look at him running as hard as he can over there.
He's trying.
Oh, he about had me too, bro.
There
I
you
ain't
go.
gonna lie.
Almost.
All right, pick six in the playoffs.
Let's go.
That's
Big time to
good
do
right
it.
there. Yes, it
Just
is.
sealed the deal right there. Just sealed the
That's
deal.
it, buddy. That's a game for sure. I mean, if
Yeah.
they might have been able to score 16 points, but I don't think they're going to
Yeah.
score. I can't do math. I'm not very good at it. What's that?
Oh, dude, you asking
24.
me, bro? I'm horrible at math, bro. Don't
What
even.
is that? 14. I'm drawing a blank right now. I think that's 24 points. No, it's not. What is that? I don't want to get a calculator out. I don't want to have to.
Well, let's see. 14 to 24 is 10.
10.
Then the 34 is 20. So that's
Okay, so
like a
yeah,
little
I
over
was
20.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
24 points. Okay, yeah. God, man, I feel like I was a dummy there. Oh,
Look at that, 7 receptions, 140 yards.
that's crazy.
Oh yeah, but to finish what I was saying
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that awesome pick six was yeah, the Carolina got rid of him a few years ago and went to Washington back and paired back up with Ron Rivera. He's been there the last couple of years, and then they just recently traded him to the Bills. So he's been a wide receiver I've always kept in mind and liked to keep up with. So
You know what I like
happy
about him?
for him.
He kind of has that same sort of like that Debo style a little bit, where he can do running and stuff too. He does some running because I
Yeah,
mean, Washington. You know, I know they were kind of doing a lot of them with him because I remember I had him on one of the teams too. You know, and I know he would get a lot of
right.
rushing points because he would do some rushing plays and do some stuff in the
Yeah, he's
backfield
a
and stuff too. So,
I don't know. He's a special player, man. He's really magical with the ball in his hand. He's good.
uh
They fighting, man, all the way to the end. And
oh, that's Samuel again, man.
so, that's
That's
all right.
crazy.
We
He
talking
went to
about
their team and he became number one receiver immediately.
yeah, he did. Tells you how bad they needed one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, that
Yes,
ball's in the
sir.
air for a while.
Yeah, it was good breakup.
You think they'll do an onside right here? They got 3 seconds left. Is it even worth it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they'll do it.
No, they're
No,
not
they
gonna do
won't.
it.
I'd
Hey,
be
just call a fair
surprised.
catch if you're on the guy. That way we can just serve some time. Maybe we can do something cool. Well, actually, probably not. Let's do some kind of crazy
30 seconds.
offensive play. See if we can get something cool going here. We can't give it back till we ain't got enough time. So,
Yeah, let's try to do something sweet for our
what
watchers,
you think? You got
viewers.
anything in mind here? We can do something cool.
Something cool, kind of pass, real long, almost like a hail mary, but just something.
How about we?
Similar.
How about on this play right here? You know the route that McBride runs. You know he
Yeah.
runs it. Why don't you follow
Yeah.
him with your running back? I'll try to catch it and
Okay.
I'll try to toss it back to you. See if we do some kind of cool
Okay.
little. I'll wait till you get down the field with him a little bit. Oh well, it worked.
Almost.
It was something, but
Yeah.
too many people,
It
too
would
much
have.
going on there.
Yeah. It's too much traffic, but I mean, that was a good idea, good try. Maybe later on we can work that in where it actually worked. That'd be cool.
I wish they'd add some stuff like that to the game. Some trick
Being
plays.
able to
That'd be
do some
kind of
tricks,
neat.
though.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, let's see
The
what we
ones
got
I got.
here. I know I had a decent game because at least I had that pick six, so I can.
Yeah.
I
I
want
was
to look at
struggling. I
something real
felt like.
fast. I want to show you something real fast. Okay, I'm gonna make you mad. Look at that,
Uh,
Jeremy Chin right there.
man, that's
Okay, really.
crazy.
All right, let's see. You're not even on the board, buddy. That's not a good sign so far. Uh,
I,
I had
I knew I didn't
7.
have a good.
I
Yeah.
had I had a sack too. I had a pretty good game. It's a pretty good one for
Yeah.
me. Way better than our last video. I was terrible in it. So I had 7 tackles, a tackle for loss, a sack, interception, and I had that touchdown too. Let's see where you're at down here.
Yeah.
If
You
you're down
had a
here.
good
Look,
game.
our
I'm way down there.
I think our receiver might have got more tackles than you, buddy. He got 2. Yeah, yeah, it sucks, man.
Got one.
I've had games like that
One
too, though,
tough.
where I had less than a receiver,
Wow.
but that's on me for throwing interceptions. He had to keep making tackles.
That's a bad game for me right there.
That's
Honestly,
all
I'm
right, man.
surprised.
We both have them all the time, so. But yeah, I mean, other than that, pretty solid game. Running back did good and stuff too. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's our last game for the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
next
Well,
time y'all
appreciate
see
y'all.
us, we'll be in the Super Bowl against the Texans.
Oh yeah,
See
we
if we can do
appreciate
something
y'all
cool.
tuning in, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and yeah, next time you'll see us, we'll be in the Super Bowl. So
Yeah,
let's go.
make sure you spread the videos around. Let your family, friends know, and just
Yeah,
leave us some
yeah.
comments. Tell us what you like about
Comment
it and
on
what you
our
don't like.
videos and let us know about this videos and fantasy and everything. Just let us know.
We're used to sucking, so you can be honest with us and give us some critical comments. We're okay with that. We can handle it.
yeah.
So yeah, but we'll see you guys next time on the Super Bowl video.